Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a broadcast that is diving headfirst into the turbulent world of reality television stars, where drama seems to follow them like a shadow. Today, we have an exclusive bombshell report that will leave you gasping. We're talking about a former teen mom star who found herself in the midst of a terrifying domestic disturbance, so serious that she had to call the authorities in a frantic plea for help. Get ready for the shocking details of Jenelle Evans, who's the desperate 911 call regarding her son Jace, a situation that has once again put this controversial figure in the harsh glare of the public spotlight. Yes, you heard it right. Just a day after Jenelle Evans, the former star of this teen mom who has faced her fair share of controversies over the years, was seen enjoying a seemingly carefree getaway in Arizona with the on-again, off-again best friend. Utter chaos reportedly erupted back at her Las Vegas. The idyllic image of a relaxing kid-free vacation was shattered by an alleged emergency so severe that Jenelle found herself on the phone with 911, her voice reportedly filled with desperation. We can exclusively reveal that on a recent Saturday, April 12th, Jenelle Evans made a frantic call to emergency services, begging for police officers to rush to her residence. According to Jenelle, her 15-year-old son Jace was allegedly in the midst of a destructive rampage, smashing everything in the house. Imagine the sheer panic and distress that must have prompted such a move. And the details of this emergency situation are even more chilling. We have obtained exclusive audio of the 911 call made by Jenelle. Let us tell you, it paints a picture of utter turmoil. In the recording, Jenelle's voice is reportedly out of breath, and she sounds visibly distracted as the 911 operator answers the call. It apparently took several prompts from the operator just to get Jenelle to clearly state that she needed the police to come to her home, as Jenelle struggled to provide an address to the operator. A disturbing outburst can be heard in the background. A male voice, allegedly that of her son Jace, can be heard yelling, "I'm not doing stand." Sensitive nature of the call and the fact that Jenelle was providing her address at that precise moment, that portion of the audio had to be redacted. However, the very fact that such an outburst occurred during the 911 call speaks volumes about the volatile situation unfolding inside the Evans residence. Once Jenelle managed to convey the urgency of the situation, she reportedly told the 911 operator that she desperately needed a police officer to come to her house pronto due to Jace allegedly smashing items. She stated that thankfully no one had been physically injured during this alleged outburst, but the damage to her home was reportedly significant. "There's debris of a broken door everywhere," Jenelle exclaimed to the operator, her voice reportedly laced with panic. She further detailed the alleged destruction, stating he picked up the cage, the dog cage, and fucking threw it down the steps. The image of a teenager allegedly picking up a dog cage and throwing it down a flight of stairs is both shocking and indicative of the level of anger and chaos that Jenelle claimed was taking place. During the frantic call, Jenelle also reportedly addressed the potential involvement of substances, stating to the 911 operator that no drugs or alcohol were involved in the incident. She also claimed that Jace had no weapons. That I know of, further highlighting her apparent fear and uncertainty about the situation. Jenelle then went on to provide some background information to the operator, claiming that Jace has been diagnosed with ADHD and defiant disorder, but that he was currently not taking any medication for his condition. This revelation adds another layer of complexity to the situation, raising questions about Jace's well-being and the resources he may or may not be receiving. Jenelle also reportedly told the operator that Jace had attempted to leave the house amidst the alleged rampage. According to dispatch notes, which were almost obtained, police officers arrived at Jenelle's home shortly after a frantic call was made. However, by the time the authorities arrived, Jace had already left the premises. This detail further underscores the chaotic nature of the incident and the urgency of Jenelle's plea for help. But the story doesn't end there. Jenelle reportedly requested that the officers take Jace into custody and place him on an involuntary 72-hour hold. This type of hold is typically reserved for individuals who pose danger to themselves or others. However, the officers on the scene reported anyone else. This decision by the authorities raises questions about the legal threshold for such homes and the criteria that must be met, despite their refusal to place Jace on a voluntary home. The officers did reportedly search around the neighborhood in an attempt to locate the teen. Unfortunately, their efforts to find Jace in the immediate vicinity were unsuccessful. Now, here's where the narrative takes another intriguing and, for some, perhaps troubling turn. While all of this alleged chaos was unfolding at her home, with her son Jenelle herself seemed to be remarkably unbothered by the situation, at least according to her social media activity. Over the past few days, the former teen mom star has been actively posting photos and videos of herself, enjoying her time in Arizona with her friend Tori. Her social media feed has been filled with images of her lounging by a pool, seemingly without a care in the world, as well as updates about going out for dinner and drinks, and even shopping for lingerie. The stark contrast between the alleged turmoil at home and Jenelle's seemingly carefree vacation lifestyle has raised eyebrows and sparked criticism among many who follow her story. The question on everyone's minds is, how could someone be so relaxed and seemingly unconcerned about such a serious situation involving their child? As of now, it remains unknown exactly when Jace returned home after allegedly leaving the residence. However, according to reports, there have been no further calls made to the police from Jenelle's home since that frantic Saturday incident. This could suggest that Jace did eventually return and that the situation is perhaps de-escalated, at least for the time being. Unfortunately, this is not the first time that Jenelle Evans has found herself in a situation where she has had to call the police regarding her son Jace since they made the move to Las Vegas last year. Back in October of the previous year, a nearly identical incident reportedly occurred. On that occasion, Jenelle also called 911 to report that Jace was allegedly breaking things and destroying her home after he and Jenelle had gotten into a heated argument. Following that incident, Jace reportedly ran away from home and was subsequently removed from Jenelle's care for approximately a month. He eventually returned home, reportedly due to Jenelle's reluctance to continue paying for the placement where Jace had been staying. This pattern of behavior and the repeated involvement of law enforcement in Jenelle and Jace's relationship paints a concerning picture of the challenges they face. It raises serious questions about Jace's well-being, the support systems in place for him, and the overall stability of the home environment. The fact that Jenelle has now had to call the police on her son for similar reasons on two separate occasions in recent months suggests that there are deeper underlying issues that need to be addressed. It also highlights the immense pressures and difficulties that can arise in families, especially those navigating complex issues such as mental health and behavioral challenges. Jenelle Evans' journey has been a tumultuous one, often played out under the intense scrutiny of reality television cameras. From her early days on Teen Mom to her subsequent ventures and controversies, her life has been a constant source of public fascination and debate. Her relationship with her eldest son Jace has been particularly complex, with her mother Barbara previously having custody of him for an extended period. The details of his latest incident, as revealed through the exclusive 911 call and the subsequent events, offer another glimpse into the ongoing struggles within the Evans family. The alleged destruction of property, Jace's outburst, Jenelle's frantic plea for help, and the police response will paint a picture of a family in crisis. The contrast between Jenelle's seemingly carefree social media presence and the alleged turmoil at home is particularly striking. While it's important to remember that social media often presents a curated and idealized version of reality, the juxtaposition of these two realities raises questions about Jenelle's priorities and her approach to handling such serious family matters. The fact that this is not an isolated incident further underscores the need for intervention and support for both Jenelle and Jace. The cycle of conflict, police involvement, and Jace running away suggests a pattern that needs to be broken for the well-being of everyone involved. As the audio of Jenelle's frantic 911 call circulates, it serves as a stark reminder of the very real challenges faced by many families behind closed doors. While Jenelle Evans' life is often the subject of public scrutiny and judgment, it's important to approach this situation with a degree of empathy and to recognize the complexities of parenting, especially when dealing with teenagers who may be struggling as described by Jenelle in the 911 call, are concerning and claim that he was smashing everything and threw a dog cage down the stairs, suggests a significant level of anger and acting out. It also raises questions about the underlying causes of this behavior and whether Jace is receiving the appropriate support and resources to address any potential challenges he may be facing. Jenelle's statement that Jace has ADHD is defined disorder but is not on medication adds another layer to the narrative. While we cannot speculate on the specifics of Jace's medical history, it's clear that Jenelle believes these conditions contribute to his behavior. The decision of whether or not to medicate a child with such conditions is a complex one that should be made in consultation with medical professionals. The police's decision not to place Jace in voluntary 72-hour hold is also significant. It highlights the legal standards that must be met for such an action to be taken, typically involving a credible threat of harm to oneself or others. The fact that the officers did search the neighborhood for Jace suggests that they did take the situation seriously, even if they didn't deem it necessary to take him into custody. The lack of further police calls since the incident could be interpreted in a number of ways. It might suggest that Jace returned home and the situation has calmed down. Alternatively, it could indicate that Jenelle has chosen to handle any further issues privately. Ultimately, this latest incident involving Jenelle Evans and her son Jace serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing challenges faced by this family. It raises important questions about mental health, behavioral issues, parenting, and the intense pressures of fame. As the details of this frantic 911 call and the events surrounding it continue to unfold, one thing is clear: this is a situation that warrants serious attention and a focus on the well-being of both Jenelle and her son Jace. And that brings us to the end of our exclusive report on the latest drama surrounding Jenelle Evans and her son Jace. It's a story filled with frantic phone calls, alleged destruction, and a stark reminder of the complexities of family life, especially under the intense scrutiny of the public eye. Join us next time for more of the sensational